Any listing that I have or had would be from just people that I knew, whether it be, just friends, family, people from church, whatever. And so what I started looking for was, okay, what can I add to my business to add some sort of, quote, consistent listings to, all of these processes. I felt really positive about it. I felt a little bit excited about it. I guess I should say cautious optimism is probably a good word to
Cautious.
say. I think we've been running this for almost 3 months at this point, a little bit less.
Move it up.
Yeah, and to already have 4 in-person appointments at this point, these ad campaigns and seeing the predictable results. As long as you have any sort of confidence in your ability to do that, this makes all the sense in the world. I mean, everything is taken care of for you.
Hello everyone, this is Ryan Calcatia, co-founder of Consistent Listings, and today I'm excited to interview one of my recent successful clients, Joel Boss, who is the boss and was able to go from being referral reliant to now having a predictable system, like a genuine boss that gets listings consistently. They've joined me today to talk more about how we've done that for him, and just to go a bit more in detail on the system and show a little bit of behind the scenes magic as well at the end. Cool. So Joel, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Nice to see you. So just to open up the floor, could you just tell the people watching a little bit about yourself, what you do, what market you serve, just a little bit of introduction.
Yeah, for sure. Joel Boss, I'm in North Metro Atlanta, so pretty much most of the area north of Atlanta, in Georgia. I've been a realtor for almost 8 years, been doing it full time for about 3 years at this point. And I kind of dove into YouTube and the whole relocation buyer thing, and that's been great. And I was looking for something that was going to allow me to jump on the seller side. And I found Ryan and the team and the Consistent Listings. It's been great so far.
Amazing stuff. Just so everyone could see the past, like how it was before you joined. What was like the big thing you were dealing with before? How was getting listings and all that? Getting more sellers.
Certainly, like my YouTube channel is geared towards buyers, and so any listing that I have or had would be from just people that I knew, whether it be, just friends, family, people from church, whatever. And so, I sort of had a sort of a rhythm of staying in contact with all of those people. But at the end of the day, all of that referral is sort of based on the mercy of a little bit of the market and people's sentiment and people's life. So if nobody was moving, then, if none of the people I knew were selling, then nobody's necessarily calling for a listing. It was fine, but, as some people who do mainly referral know, like you just got to ride the wave sometimes of the ups and downs.
I think you put it perfectly in terms of what most realtors deal with who don't have a system like what we've done for you. Like where they just got to ride the waves, you have your referral, but you can't be like, hey, can you sell your home now? It's time to sell.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, but it just doesn't work like that. As much as referrals are the backbone of so many people's businesses, it's just not as consistent as you would make. That's the only con of it, right? They're amazing people. You know them, you love them, you trust them, they love you, trust you. Same thing, but it's just you can't just get them to pick up the phone and get ready to sell. You kind of need a system for that, which is what we're going to be talking about here. But just before we go into that, how was it like just riding the wave? How did that kind of make you feel?
It's great when it's great, and it's stressful when it gets slow, especially when you think about coming out of the COVID era these past maybe 3 years or so. People got locked into a low rate of like the 2 to 3%, and who's going to move when you've got such a low interest rate and such a low payment, So that was really hard on a lot of agents, and so like you were talking about, there's nothing wrong with a referral based system, and I'm certainly not here to not talk to my own people and not do any business based on referrals. But what I started looking for was, okay, what can I add to my business to add some sort of quote consistent listings to all of these processes.
I love it. I love it. Okay, and obviously, the process of us like coming to work together. You probably had some thoughts before joining. What were those kind of thoughts?
Yeah, I had. I kind of had an inkling that I was going to add something to the business. I tend to do that on sort of like a first of the year basis, and so January was coming up, and I was kind of ready to like, okay, what branch are we going to add to the business tree? And so I was interviewing. You get calls for these things all the time. So I was talking to 3 or 4 companies about something like this, and consistent listings was one of them. And I felt really positive about it. I felt a little bit excited about it. I guess I should say cautious optimism is probably a good word to say.
Cautious optimism.
Yeah, for sure. And at the end of the day, I felt good about it. Looking at videos like this, kind of doing my due diligence and seeing what are other people saying about this business. And being a YouTuber myself, I study a lot of other agents in my own market and then markets around the country. And I recognized a few faces. I'm like, okay, I know their channel. Oh, I know their channel. And I saw their testimonials. And I said, you know what? If they're willing to give them a try and they're seeing at least a little bit of success, like it's worth me giving it a shot as well.
Yeah, just to like break the fourth wall here, so to speak. You were on the flip side watching a video like this, right?
Yes, 100%. I was watching these videos of people talking about what was it like for you, like getting into this, and how's it going now. 100%.
We'll just spitfire straight to what they want to hear then. So we'll go to the support side. How did you find the support coming at the company?
The support's fantastic. I have bi-weekly update calls because not only is there like a continuous Slack channel kind of always going and updating me on the process and people jumping in and telling me what's going on and asking for updates on what me. I also have a bi-weekly update with the team for them to check up, and like they know the appointments that I've been on and they know the names of the people that I've been on appointments with, and they're following up with me on, hey, how did this go? Where are we at with this one? And so it's not only that, we have these meetings, but I feel from them that they are just as invested in the success as I am. It's not a passive thing on the team's part. You guys are constantly like, Joel, what are we doing? Did you get it? Let's go, man. We got this. Like, come on. I feel that from you guys as well, which is great because I've, as a realtor, we all know, like, I've got my fingers in a lot of cookie jars and I'm spinning a lot of plates over here. And
Yeah.
so it's nice to know that I'm not the only one driving the bus on this process, that like you guys are just as invested and you guys are driving this forward just as much as me. We're all doing this together. So it's been great so far.
Yeah, I mean, and you told me as well at the start, like what happened when you were 1 minute late to one of our bi-weekly calls?
Dude, there was a message in the Slack that like, hey man, I'm in the call. Let me know. I'm like, I'm coming. Like, I got it, man. I got it.
We'll be on you. We'll be on you once for the check-in calls. If you're late, we're 1 minute 30 seconds. We're sharp. We're sharp to them.
Yeah, I get it. I'm all about it.
The support is one thing, and that's what it ties into the end result. And I'm sure the guys watching this video have clicked on to hear about the result. So for the guys watching, could you just share like what actually ended up happening as a result of running these YouTube ads?
Yeah, man. Like, first of all, it's fun to just watch the leads roll in, like on a daily basis at this point. Just like new lead, and it's really fun to look up the address and see like, oh, cool. Let me check out that house. And some that are like really exciting, like, oh, I know where that is. I would love to sell that. Oh, I know where that is. I would love to sell that house. Oh, I know that neighborhood. I would love to sell that house. But then on top of that, to get these appointments, I think we've been running this for almost 3 months at this point, a little bit less.
A little bit less.
Yeah, yeah, and to already have 4 in-person appointments at this point is fantastic. To actually be able to get in front of sellers and like you guys are doing the heavy lifting. You're making the calls and like I just get a message like, oh, you have an appointment on this day at this time. Go meet this person. Like, great, awesome, you know. And like to already have a signed listing agreement at this point, you know, I told myself if I can just get one listing agreement, this whole thing makes a lot of sense. And so to already have one in the books is awesome. And then to have 2 more that I should be getting pretty soon here to potentially walk away with 3 signed listing agreements at the end of this sort of first phase in the process, it will be a wild success from my perspective, for sure.
Basically, a listing a month. I mean, pretty much. A
Yeah,
listing a
man.
month.
Like that would be fantastic. I would love that.
That's
We're very close to hitting that point, barring a couple things that need to fall into place in the next couple days. But yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, and one thing I just want to stress there is that really high conversion rate. You said 4 appointments and you could be walking away with 3,
Yeah,
which is super, super insane, right? And then
yeah,
from here, it's like, okay, so we have a system that's working. What do? We just add more ad spend. We get more leads. We get more appointments, and those you instead of getting like 1 listing every month, it turns into 1.25 listings every month. Obviously, it's not one, but you can't sell
yeah.
0.25 per
I
house,
got you.
but you
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean. Yeah,
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
average out. Exactly, exactly. So that, I mean, it just starts to increase like that, and we're already pretty much at that point. It's just adding more to the fire, adding more fuel to the
Right.
fire. So yeah, super cool on that side. In regards to yeah, I remember you saying you this is like one of the first things you've done in terms of YouTube sellers, and
Yeah.
there's something you said we like ruined it.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Like, this is the first ad campaign I've ever run. I've never run an ad for anything. You know, I've never targeted sellers like this for anything. So I would be afraid to jump anywhere else at this point, just because like this seems so successful to me that I'd be hard pressed to switch to anything else at this point for sure.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so just to wrap things up then, if you hadn't joined the program, where do you think you'd be today?
Um, I mean,
Without Lego, one Lego piece down.
I'd be more stressed for sure, because the stuff that's coming up on the books is from, you know, these ad campaigns and seeing the predictable results really like just gives me so much more peace as a realtor. You know what I mean? Like riding the waves can be so stressful, but to look at this in just such a short period of time, right? Less than 3 months at this point, and to immediately see the numbers and the data and that play out in real time gives me much more of a peace that like, oh, okay, like we can just keep running this system, and I at least know that there's something coming up. Like I don't need to worry about, you know, September so much. I don't need to worry about December so much, because I know I have something that is proven to work.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. And then my final line for you is, which is actually going to resonate with you pretty hard because you watch some of these videos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is going to go like one level further. Imagine if someone's watching this right now and they were also on the fence about booking an appointment, like you were before,
Yeah.
to speak about the program, to book a call, to speak to the guys. What would you say to them?
Man, it makes so much sense. As long as you have any sort of confidence in your ability to sit in front of a seller and present what you can do for them in a confident manner, that you know that you can sell this property. As long as you have any sort of confidence in your ability to do that, this makes all the sense in the world. I mean, everything is taken care of for you. You have the initial, film the ads, and then at this point, like I did what, half a day's work to film the ads, and then they have done all the heavy lifting to run the ads, study the ads, see what's working, pull what's not working, double down on what is working, generate the leads, follow up with the leads, book the appointments for goodness sake, and then you just need to show up and believe in your ability to get the listing. If you have any sort of confidence in your ability to do that, this makes all the sense in the world.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, guys. So that's pretty much it from me, and pretty much it from Joel. The one last thing that I would want to add is that now that you know these people who you didn't know before, imagine the referrals that you could get after selling their property. It's not just ending here, right? It's going one step further. So there's so many other paths we could take it, but yeah, it's insane. But I want to keep this one sweet and short for the guys watching. So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you, Joel, for letting me interview you. And
Absolutely.
if you're watching, amazing stuff. If you're watching this right now, I want you to just go down and you can see a calendar booking page. Just click a button on there. You can book to schedule a call with someone on the team, and on there we'll discuss if it's the right fit for you. So go ahead, do that now, and we'll see you there.